Hi guys, Adam from Midwest Panel Builders, and we're out in sunny Torrance, California again doing a couple more installs, and we decided to take this time to shoot a quick video to help answer a couple questions that we get. The main question that I'm going to answer now is what comes in our full kit. So our kit is laid out pretty much on the table here. So in addition to all the avionics and stuff, you're going to get these items. So this here is the aircraft harness, the main aircraft harness. So this starts up at the front and it runs through the center of the aircraft all the way through the back. We've got little offshoots that go, like for example, to the wings or for headset jacks, pitch servo for example, roll servo, all that stuff's on there. These have different connectors on them. So for the wing roots, we have these bulkhead connectors that mount to the skin of the aircraft, and then that way, if the wing ever has to get separated, you just twist and unlock it. These connectors here, also bulkhead connectors, go up onto the rack. So when this gets installed, these will pop in, and then we'll have the mating connectors on the harness that I'll show you here in a second. This is the rack here. So this piece is our upright that mounts things like the remote comm radios, remote transponder, and audio panel. The rack itself has different zip tie clips on it for all the wiring that goes on here. We've got some more remote units that mount onto here, and this is a closer look of all of the bulkhead connector mounts with the wire pass through here. This rack will house the vast majority of the components that you're going to install, all of the avionics. In addition, with this rack, we've also moved the Rotax ECU. So in the typical TSI kit, the Rotax ECU mounts on the back of the bulkhead that would be about here. So this is from the firewall to the bulkhead, it would go right up here. And so basically good luck getting to it if you ever had to replace it or maintain it for any reason. So we put it on the bottom of the rack here so that it's easy to get at and can be removed if it needs to. This is the rack harness. So this harness would mount all onto this and move around to its different locations. For example, here's some of the mating connectors I was referring to that goes onto our aircraft harness. Things like the VPX, the GTN, the transponder, your displays are all on this harness. All the connectors are pre-done and labeled for you as well. Moving on, we have extra little installation kits. So this is our coax kit. Depending on the units that you get, determines what is in this kit, but things like XM, comm radios, transponders, all will be on here. What we do with the coax is we terminate one end, but we leave the other end unterminated so it can still be run throughout the aircraft. The unterminated end, we provide all of the RF connectors for, so you can complete that. Then we have our battery cable kit. So some pieces of heat shrink. We got battery lugs and terminals, and then we've got this cable itself. This is 4 gauge and 6 gauge welding cable. What's nice about welding cable is it's very high temperature, but it's also very flexible, so it's a lot easier to work with, and it stands up to the hot side of the firewall really well. We also have a pitot-static kit, so we've got 3 different colors, green, blue, and red, so pitot, static, and AOA respectively. And then we've got the different connectors where you can wire this off. We've got little push connectors that go into the GSU-25 and G5 as well. Some people have a little bit of apprehension to these push-to-connect systems. What I can tell you is that I've had these systems up to 18,000 feet and had only like 30-something foot per minute leak, so they're pretty tight. Over here on the instrument panel, this is a completed panel that you would get with a kit. So this particular one has backlighting, so obviously all that's mounted. All of our switches are mounted, the rheostats for the dimming, lane stuff for the ECUs all mounted. Here's the back side of what that might look like with everything all wired up for you. And again, everything's just put onto different mating connectors that will go onto the rack. We also have on this particular one, we've got a G5, so the connector's on here, as is the GMC 507 autopilot connector. So all of these components here make up what we call the 95% plug-and-play system. Basically, the rest of the 5% is ahead of the firewall, with exception for the cabin light wires that run through the canopy. But your firewall stuff's going to be like your battery cables, for example, hooking up the fuel pressure sensor, little things like that. There's not a whole lot to do, and it's all very easy stuff to do. We are going to have these kits for other aircraft as well. So currently, these are all for the Sling 2, 4, TSI, and eventually High Wing. We're also expanding to some of the other more popular kit-built aircraft too, so look out for those if you're one of those customers. If you have any questions about this system, or if you'd like a quote for a full avionics system for your aircraft, feel free to contact us through our normal channels. You can visit us online at midwestpanels.com, or you can give us a call at the phone number on your screen. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.